Hey, hello, and welcome to this episode of Learn Everyday English, your roadway to English proficiency. We're going to be talking about something interesting today, maybe something a little bit different, and we're in the studio, we're not outside. We're going to be talking about blends. Blend is like where you put two things together and to kind of mix them together and make one thing. So we're going to be talking about word blends today on this episode. But before I get started, hey, if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications and tell your friends about it so that they know what we're doing and they can benefit and enjoy these videos just like you. Also, I have some great news for you if you didn't know already. We have a Learn Everyday English webpage. So go to www.learneverydayenglish.com. That's Learn Everyday English, all one word.com. On that webpage, you can have access to something else that's new and exciting. We have podcasts that you can listen to and practice your listening comprehension. I think they're probably geared toward maybe intermediate or medium or mid-level or advanced intermediate students. But check that out. You can access the podcast from the webpage. So go to the webpage. There'll be a button or a link that you can click, and that will take you to the podcast page, and you can listen to the podcast. You can also download the podcast on your cell phone. Just go to Spotify and Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and those applications like that you're probably familiar with, and you can have the podcast on your phone to listen to while you're maybe driving in your car, working around the house. It's a good way to get, like I said, practice your listening comprehension. And also from the webpage, you can still access the YouTube videos if you don't want to go to the actual YouTube site as well. So just make sure, again, go to the webpage at www.learneverydayenglish.com. Also, I'd like to hear from you. And at the bottom of the home page, there is a survey, not a survey form, but a form that you can click, a contact form. You can leave me, just say hello, a message, hey, if you like these videos or the podcasts. If you have certain things that you would like for me to talk about on a video, just drop me a line, as we say in English, or send me a message, let me know, that's what that means. And I can put together a specific video or a podcast about a certain topic or theme. But right now we're going to jump right into blends. So you might be asking, what is a blend? And a blend is a word that is formed by combining two different terms or words to create a new entity or a new thing or a new word. Through blending the sounds and meanings of two existing words, a blend creates a new expression that is a linguistic blend of the two individual terms. So there are two meanings packed or combined up into one word. And you probably heard these two separate words before, and you may have even heard the blend words, but you may not have realized that the blend, or the word that is formed by blending two words, actually came from two separate and distinct and different words. So we're going to go into those now. So I'm going to give you the two separate words that were very common. The word that took these two separate words, combined them and blended them into one word. Tell you what that one word is, and then use the blended word in a sentence. So the first word is Bombay, which is just a city in India. And Hollywood, which is a place in California where they make a lot of the big movies, and they combined Bombay and Hollywood into Bollywood. So that's where the word Bollywood came from. And Bollywood has to do with the movie industry over in India, which is very, very successful, or was anyway, before the coronavirus hit. So here's a sentence using Bollywood. I have a cousin who is a very famous actor in Bollywood. Bollywood. The next blend word comes from the two words. The first word is breath, breath, and the second word is analyzer, analyzer. And we combine these two words and we get the word breathalyzer, breathalyzer. And a breathalyzer is a device, or maybe you could say a machine or apparatus, that is used to determine if somebody is drunk. Drunk means that somebody has had just too much to drink and they're maybe, say, wobbling, staggering. So a sentence with breathalyzer. The police stopped him and gave him a breathalyzer test to see if he had been drinking and driving. So that's breathalyzer, analyzing the breath. The next example has to do with the two words brother and romance. And usually a romance is between like a couple, a man and a woman, a husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend. But in English we have a word that's called bromance, bromance. And it has nothing to do with maybe a love or a sexual type of relationship. It's more of a friendship between two men, as we call that a bromance. So it's a close relationship between two men. So an example is, after their families went on vacation together last year, John and Dave developed a bromance, or a close relationship. The next two words are breakfast and lunch. So these are two meals of the day, but we combine breakfast and lunch and we get the word brunch, brunch. And you might have heard or read that word somewhere in a book. And a brunch is a meal that is eaten after breakfast, but before lunch. It's brunch. So for example, I can say, we are going to brunch around 10 a.m. Do you want to join us? So we are going to eat brunch. The next two words are car and hijack. Car and hijack. Hijack means it's like to take something from somebody by force or through maybe use of weapons. But we combine the words car and hijacked and we get carjack, carjack. And that's to take someone's car by force. So I can say, while he was stopped at the traffic light, someone tried to carjack him. Someone tried to carjack him. That means they tried to take his car away from him, usually by pointing a gun at the person and telling them to get out. I want your car. The next two words has to do with chill and relax. To chill has several different meanings. To chill can mean to make cooler by temperature, but to chill in a more informal setting can mean just to relax, to take it easy. And of course relax means to take it easy as well, but we've combined chill and relax and we've created the word chillax, chillax. And that means to calm down and to rest. So an example sentence, I spent most of the weekend chillaxing, chillaxing. So chillaxing means chillaxing, which means relaxing, relaxing. So instead of saying relaxing, people will say I'm chillaxing or chillaxing, chillaxing. I'm chilling out, which is another word, chilling out, taking it easy, and relaxing all at the same time. The next two words that are combined are chocolate and alcoholic. Chocolate, of course, is a type of food product. It's very delicious. Alcoholic is somebody that has a drinking problem. We say in English, a drinking problem. So we combine chocolate and alcoholic and we get chocoholic, chocoholic. And a chocoholic is someone who eats an excessive amount of chocolate or just loves maybe to an extent that is maybe not good or more than most people, and we call that person a chocoholic. For example, every time I see Tom, he is eating chocolate. He must be a chocoholic. He must be a chocoholic. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to have these words and phrases and sentences down below the video so you can read these and follow along with me. The next two words are crazy, which is loco or not in the right mind. And again, we use the word drunk. Drunk means, again, somebody that has had too much to drink. But we combine crazy and drunk, and we get the word crunk. And this is a really very, very informal word. It's not formal at all. You just use this among very close friends. So crunk means that you're out of control after consuming alcohol. Out of control after consuming alcohol. So I can say, when Dave drinks too much, he gets crunk. When Dave drinks too much, he gets crunk. Another word is, or combination of words, is electricity and execute. So we know electricity is like power. Execute means to put someone to death. But we combine these two and we get electrocute. Electrocute. And that's death or cause death by electricity. So for example, my uncle was electrocuted while trying to repair a broken light in his house. My uncle was electrocuted. The next word that's fairly common is combining the two words friend and enemy. So these are kind of opposites, right? But we get the word frenemy. Frenemy. And a frenemy is someone who is supposed to be a friend, but whose actions are more like that of an enemy or characteristic of a foe or an enemy. So that's a frenemy. For example, I heard John telling lies about you. I thought he was your friend, but it looks like he is a frenemy. He is a frenemy. The next two words are giant, which is very, very big, and enormous, which is also very, very big. But we combine these two words and we get the word ginormous. Ginormous, which is really like gigantic and enormous at the same time, which is something that's very, very large or huge, huge. For example, I can say, wow, the Grand Canyon is ginormous. The Grand Canyon is ginormous. The next word has to do with the two words malicious and software. You know, malicious means you're being evil or mean about something, and software is of course something we use on our computers. But we combine these two words and we get malware or malware. We usually say malware. So malware is computer programs designed to damage or disable computer systems. So I can say in a sentence, you need to be careful while online. Don't download any malware. Don't download any malware. The next word is a combination of the word sheep, which is a type of animal, and people. And we get the word sheeple. Sheeple. And this is a derogatory, and derogatory means like a bad word or bad way to describe something. A derogatory term for those who are perceived or seen to be, perceive, or look like, to follow orders and avoid critical thinking. So these are people that don't think for themselves, they just follow whatever somebody tells them to do. So we say they are sheeple. They are sheeple. So for example, I can say, that group blindly, without seeing, follows whatever their leader tells them to do. They are just sheeple. That group blindly follows whatever their leader tells them to do. They are just sheeple. Here's another word that's maybe a similar formation like Shopaholic, but we combine the words shop. To shop is to go shopping and buy things. Again with the word alcoholic, and we get Shopaholic. Shopaholic. And a shopaholic is an individual who is addicted to or can't help themselves from doing something. That's an addict, maybe like a drug addict. So a shopaholic is an individual who is addicted to shopping and buying products or different things. I can say, Tracy is always buying things on Amazon. She is a real shopaholic. She is a real shopaholic. We combine the words smoke and fog to produce smog. Smoke and fog to produce smog. And smog is a form of air pollution that has the qualities, of course, of both smoke and fog. So I can say, there was a lot of smog in the city today because of all the air pollution. There was a lot of smog in the city today because of all the air pollution. The next two words are, you probably maybe heard this blend before because it's a combination of the words Spanish and English, and we combine those two and we get the word Spanglish. Spanglish. And Spanglish is a hybrid language, or kind of a language combining two different parts that combines English and Spanish. And Spanglish is very common or popular here where I live in the state of Texas because we are so close to Mexico. So you really get a blending of English words and Spanish words. So for example, I can say in Texas you can hear people speaking Spanglish. People speaking Spanglish. Another word that we use, we combine the words stay and vacation. To stay means to remain at a certain place or location, and you know what a vacation is, and we get the word staycation. Staycation. And a staycation is a vacation where you remain or stay in your own town or city. You do not travel to another place. And during the coronavirus epidemic, a lot of people just have staycations because we can't go anywhere, right? So for example, I can say because of the coronavirus, we don't feel comfortable going out of town, so we are going to have a staycation. We are going to have a staycation. The next word is combining television and evangelist. Evangelist is like a religious person that goes out and we say preaches the gospel or tells people about their religion. But we combine television and evangelist and we get the word televangelist. Televangelist. Who is an evangelist or a religious person, a pastor who regularly appears on television. So during the evening on channel 52, you can watch many televangelists. You can watch many televangelists. Again, sticking with the word alcoholic as one of the words, we can also combine the word work and alcoholic to get the word workaholic. Workaholic. And a workaholic is a person or an individual who works excessive hours, who just likes to work too much. So for example, I can say, Bill lives at the office. He is a real workaholic. Bill lives at the office. He is a real workaholic. Let's see, I have a whole list here, but I wasn't going to go through all of them because it could just take too long. But I'm going to go back over two more combinations. One is dumb, and the other word is to confound. Confound. So dumb means like stupid. Confound means like to puzzle you or to make you think about something and you're not clear in your mind about what it is. That's to confound. But we can combine dumb and confound and we get dumbfound, which means to greatly astonish or amaze. and I can use this in a sentence. When I heard that Jim and Mary got a divorce, I was dumbfounded. I was amazed. I couldn't believe it. They seemed like the perfect couple. When I heard that Jim and Mary got a divorce, I was dumbfounded. They seemed like the perfect couple. And the last combination I'm going to go over are the words guess. To guess is like you just try to decide on what an answer is. You're not 100% sure, but you're just going to guess. Plus the word estimate or estimate, which you're going to kind of try to approximate or make an approximation about something, which you're not sure. You're going to see something that's in the ballpark, we say, maybe around or close to the answer to something. And we get the word guesstimate, a guesstimate. So guesstimate is a guess or an estimate where you are not very sure or you're not exactly sure of the answer, but you're going to try to give an answer anyway to the best of your ability. So I can say, I don't know exactly how much my car weighs. My guesstimate is about 2,000 pounds. I don't exactly know how much my car weighs. My guesstimate is about 2,000 pounds. So that wraps up today's episode about blends, words that we take two words and combine them and make one new word out of them. And these blends are very common in English, so you probably might hear these on television, radio, you might read these even in books or literature. So keep an eye out, we say in English, keep an eye out for these blends, like watch out for these blends. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, again, hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll be bringing you more videos like this here in the studio about different interesting topics and concepts about the English language. And as you know, things outside here that you can see and do, or we do here in the United States, that you might find interesting and will give you a better concept about how life is here in the U.S. But either way, and also don't forget to check out the podcasts. They're called Learn Everyday English podcasts. And you can listen to those, like I said, on your cell phone, in the car. And I think really listening to podcasts is very, very important. Or just listening to the language you're trying to learn is very important. More so than you learn different things rather than just speaking, which is to me one of the most important things. But listening is very, very important. And I think we underestimate how important and powerful listening can really be. So, and it helps too, like I said, I'm going to have the list of words and sentences down below, and you can just read along or copy those and download that and follow along. If you want to, also a good practice is to repeat after me. As I say something, repeat it. Try to copy what I say exactly, how I say it, the feeling, the intonation, and just practice that over and over again. Because one of the things that I have heard from a lot of people who are learning English, they say that one of the most difficult things is pronunciation. And I guess I agree with them, but there is no easy way around it, we say in English. There's no magic way to help you pronounce better. It just takes a lot of practice, and listening can help with that. So enough for now. We're going to call it a day, and I hope to see you later again on this channel, Learn Everyday English. So take care, and we'll see you later. Goodbye.